Greetings and welcome to the Sports Card Ripping Teacher. I hope everyone enjoyed their President's Day. I was off yesterday, so there was no show. And I got a lot of stuff done around the house, kind of some lounging, a little bit of napping, but also I was able to watch the United States women's hockey team for the entire game, finally, because most of our games are earlier during the day when I am at school here, but they are so good. It is phenomenal. And they do go for gold against Canada on Thursday. I think it's around noon Central Time. And I got a little feeling that game may end up on the big screen here so the students can watch a little bit of the women as they go for gold against Canada. Now, if I was a kid back then, we'd watch the whole thing. Just day was over. We're going to watch hockey, going to watch the women win their gold against Canada. Then I watched the Collector's Chat by the Commenting Collector. I was lucky enough to be on his show. We taped it Friday night. He released it yesterday. Robert does an outstanding job asking his guests questions and then just inserting different clips that always catch my attention. So anytime you are going to have on there Ralphie, I choose you for the Valentine's Day episode. Andre Dawson hitting one onto the street. Denny's Grand Slam meal. So Robert, thank you for having me. If you have not checked that video out yet, I will add a link on this video here in a little bit. Now, this week's lesson plan, I am going to open up some friend mail. One of my buddies, two of my buddies recently got back in the hobby, I guess because of me. And I'm glad they're having fun doing that and spending a little money. We always like seeing our friends spend money for whatever reason. So I'm going to open up that in a little bit. On Wednesday, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to open up a box of Optic, Donruss Optic, do a little downtown hunt on Hump Day here. But I'm going to make it so it'll be a short. Going to go for just under that 3-minute mark to qualify for a short. So we're going to see how that plays out there. People say they've had good success doing that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyways, you'll get an extra downtown rip. No one's going to argue about that. And then on Thursday, I will do my ballot for the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame. And I've always said that I'm going to vote for Daryl, just one vote until he's in. I think it's criminal. He has not been voted in yet, but now he's part of the Veterans Committee. And those having, I think, over 10 years of YouTube videos. And then there's also the regular ballot. So I need to do a little brainstorming of, am I still going to vote for only Daryl, or am I going to take someone on the regular ballot, vote for them as the gold standard? You'll have to wait and see. And of course, Friday, we will go downtown hunting. So right now in my arsenal, I have Donruss Mega Boxes, I have Donruss Blasters, and Optic Blasters. We're going to be kind of rotating through those a little bit here as time goes on. Let's now, class is in session. Today is Tuesday, February 17th, 2026. Lesson number 15. Today goes out to one of my best friends of all time, Kevin Adams, who did send me a little bit of mail, and also our Paw Paw Lake Golf Club crew that kind of really got us all together. And Kevin, Robert, Jeff, those kind of like the three amigos. Dusty as well with his little snake. I've talked about him before. But we just had a great time as kids, working at Paw Paw Lake Golf Course, just the different things that we would do to occupy our time. I mean, we built our own little putting green and tee box out behind the cart barn. Seeing who could get back to the clubhouse first to take more stuff down to the gazebo. That was a little bar that was on the water for boaters to go to, for golfers to go to. We had a great childhood. And Kevin and I, we continue to be Thursday Night League golf partners for quite a few years afterwards. And I was working at a school that was kind of close to the Indiana border. So on Thursdays, and that's back when school ended at like 2:30. Wonderful time. Now they got an extra hour for us to be here. That's besides the point. So I would go there, and then I would, get a little snack along the way, a couple warm-up holes. Kevin would get out of work, and then we played 9 holes in our league. And our thing was we only eat when we win money, or we eat well when we win money. So we would kind of get our skins together, or deuces, and most days we were eating pretty well, having a good time. And probably our favorite thing we would do afterwards is our one buddy had a hot tub. So afterwards, to relax, we would get champagne and donuts. and we would just relax in the hot tub, after a long day of golf. And then I'd spend the night at his house, and then Friday morning, wake up early, head back to work, and go back home. Those times were great. Let's see what Kevin sent me. So I get talking about my friends and lose track of everything. In 1943, Joe DiMaggio enlisted into the United States Army, and in 1998, the women's hockey team won the inaugural time that was in the Olympics. They won the gold medal, beating Canada. Now, since then, Canada has 5 gold medals and 2 silver. The United States has 2 golds, 4 silver, and 1 bronze, and they're facing off Thursday. Like I said, go USA. And in 1963, the GOAT, the greatest basketball player of all time, was born. That's right, Michael Jordan. Now, let's get to Kevin's package. All right, so you made it when people just send you mail referring to the sports card ripping teacher, and the mailman knows exactly where it goes. So thank you very much for that, Kevin. Let's see what we have here. Little thing of goodies. Also, a note. Let me take a quick look here. Even addresses it, the sports card ripping teacher. I hope these cards find you well. I know how much you love your Cubbies and the Fighting Irish. That's right. Kevin and I, we've gone to many Fighting Irish games before. Had a great time visiting your show last year, and I have lots of new interesting cards to share for a future episode. Your Michigan brother, Kevin Adams. Thank you very much, Kevin. Yes, I do looking forward to having Kevin on, but also his dad. Larry has quite the collection of a lot of basketball cards, some football. Kevin's been sending me some pictures of different cards he's been getting. A lot of vintage basketball, some retro basketball, but he also wanted there's a local card shop that just opened up, and they had a raffle. If you buy something, you got a raffle ticket, and he got this awesome, it's like a 5x11 photo of Jackson Smith Najigba. I think it's also numbered out of 5 or 25, something like that. So pretty nice to start his collection. All right, here we go. Mike Harkey, look at those spring training photos right there. He was a pretty good pitcher for the Chicago Cubs for a few years. Got our Bowman on the back. I always like the stats. I mean, always looking at these stats about what they did against other teams. All right, who's do you have the most wins against? 3, the Giants. Oh, Brad, what do you think about that? Expos and Padres are after that. Eric Pappas, remember he was a catcher, a hot prospect for the Cubs. I believe he was related to Milt Pappas, I believe. Chicago, Illinois native. And there's Big Sut. I mean, Sutcliffe, it was just a vibe. Rick Sutcliffe, the red hair, the flowy, bush in the back there. Not quite that's a mullet, isn't it? But Rick Sutcliffe, he was just the Red Baron. All right, so who is Rick's greatest success against? Surprisingly, 0. Oh, so, all right, 1990. I think he was coming off of injury. Either he got injured or, right, so this is, okay, it's not career-wise on these. It's just for that season. Okay, team breakdown. And the Cubs got Sutcliffe for the 84 stretch. And he was injured a few years after that. So this is definitely a year in which he was injured at the start or got injured or was on DL and then came back, whatever it was. But it wasn't the full season for him. A little bit of Heathcliff Slocum. We're going to put Rick Sutcliffe up on the stand. This is one of the main guys for those late, mid-80s, late 90s teens. Heathcliff Slocum. Got some guns going on right there. Professional debut, Kingsport, 1984. Charlotte, Iowa, 1990. Look at this, Ryan Sandberg. That is a beautiful looking card right there. That's when they had 40 years of baseball. And of course, right now they're going through the 75 years of Topps baseball. That's a beautiful looking card, Kevin. Thank you very much. Got our league leaders there. Man, Rhino, look at that 84 season. 114 runs, 200 hits, 36 doubles, 19 triples, 19 home runs, 84 RBIs, 32 stolen bases, 314 batting average. And here's my main guy as a kid growing up, Mark Grace, because I played first base as well. Man, beautiful looking card. Look at that, 88. 296, 314 in 1989. Of course, the Cubs went to the playoffs that year. We're not going to talk about what happened to them in the playoffs against the Giants, but Mark Grace, Ryan Sandberg, these both had outstanding series. Just not as good as Will Clark. All right, here's the Irish stuff here. So these are going to look prime. Oh, I love this card right here. Maybe a little TTM ink, sending them off to Rocket Ishmael. Joe Theismann. Man, look at this. I mean, that's just a vibe right there. In the bucket hat. Rocket Ishmael. What a baller. What a baller. I'll say it again. Notre Dame, they were cheated out of a couple national championships during those years with Lou Holtz and everyone else. Man, Kevin, thank you very much. I'm glad to see that you are back into the hobby. And yes, I can't wait to see your collection. For now, class is dismissed.